Unidentified vessel. Please submit your clearance codes. I can bring you in warm. Or I can bring you in cold.
This is Justin.
The Force will be with you.
This is Josh.
This is Kyle.
This is Maggie.
And we are the Outer Rim Beacon.
Good evening, everybody. You have tuned in to the Outer Rim Beacon ORB Force 99 Friday night live stream, talking about the most recent episode of Bad Batch that dropped today. It's a little brisk out there on this Memorial weekend, but it's always warm when you're talking about Star Wars. My name's Justin. I'm one of your hosts. Joining me tonight, as always, are my co-hosts.
This is Josh, and as you'll notice, we put wrong hand. We put the queen up in the corner there, so Rihanna is now always part of the show.
Filling in for Kyle this evening.
And this is Maggie, who gets to have the queen herself right next to her for the entire show.
You just put your hand out like that, and there she is. Yeah, we are a short one member this evening. Kyle is off camping this weekend. He is in search of Sasquatch or Squatches or Bigfoot or whatever you want to call them. Maybe Ewoks, potentially Ewoks. His good friend Mace. He is off in search of them out in the woods somewhere in Ohio and or Kentucky, I believe. He didn't say where he was going though, so hope everything goes okay and he has a good time. But yeah, those Ewok faces, man, whew,
something
frightening.
else.
Like they like the eyes are like this and the teeth, and it is frightening. We didn't have a lot of news this week. It was kind of a slow week, but have you guys seen this? And I don't know anybody out there. Have you guys seen this picture of Dave Filoni singing somewhere? I don't even know where this is. This picture kills me. It's like full on beard. His hair is like shoulder length now. What is going on here?
But wait, there's more.
Oh,
You know that meme of the guy in the cowboy hat that's like screaming, and like somebody's photoshopped the cat with the cowboy hat on too, and they're like, nah. That's what this reminds me of.
You know, I saw these pictures on Twitter yesterday, and I'm like, I don't even know what's happening in this picture. I mean, he's recording something clearly, but the only thing I can
know, he's going for it too. Like these are not faces of someone who's just like going through the motions.
Did we know he could sing?
Do we know that he can sing now?
I don't know.
That's true.
I mean, Tab thought it was Dave Grohl. Yeah, maybe an older version of Dave Grohl. Yeah,
I guess I can see
that. I looked at this picture.
Dave Grohl is like in his 40s, guys. The older version. He was in Nirvana. He's old.
I know. When I first saw this picture, I went immediately.
No offense, Dave Grohl.
I went immediately to Michael McDonald. I don't know if y'all know who Michael McDonald is, but I went immediately to Michael McDonald with that full beard, the silvery black shoulder length hair. Just the man can sing. Michael McDonald can sing. He's a good talent.
It's interesting though, because we realized, like, in my head, I don't see this Michael McDonald. I see this one. Same guy later on. But he also looks a little bit like this guy.
He does. It's creepy.
So Michael McDonald is the,
Yeah, right? Like, look at that. It's
the
like
interplay between the master and the apprentice here.
Swift Bobby's got some feelings about Michael McDonald.
No, he says no Michael McDonald. Not a fan. It's funny because I think we've turned the Bad Batch hour into music hour, talking about Rihanna. Last week?
Rihanna transcends music, Justin.
Yeah, and now we're on to Michael McDonald and Dave Filoni singing. It was just an interesting picture. I have no idea where it's from. There was a lot of people retweeting it, and it was all over the place on the Twitters. I just thought it was really interesting.
Profile pic. That's gonna.
But
be
it's got to be current,
pick,
right? Like it's got to be recent.
It looks current. Yeah, I mean, he grew his hair out during the pandemic. I've seen it like hanging out underneath the hat in the photos and stuff recently.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's got like a full beard. Man. But yeah. But that's, I mean, that was about the only thing that I saw this week. We're short Kyle. We got Michael McDonald singing out loud here.
Tiernan was graduating today in her formal poncho.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Yes, she had the formal poncho on. I think she had said something about luckily it didn't rain to where she had to wear the rain poncho over the formal poncho and double poncho it. But
I was gonna say double poncho doesn't sound like the worst thing ever though. I mean
no more poncho. What is it like? Too fast, too furious, too poncho, too
poncho, too furious. But congratulations, Tiernan. Congratulations. It's a big accomplishment. You got done with college, off to the real world now where it's all downhill from here. It's all downhill. So maybe we'll send her something from Outer Rim Beacon and say congratulations. We'll give her a little care package to welcome her into the adulthood. World, into adulthood. It was. I actually did not go into work this morning because I was, as I was telling these guys pre-show, I was sick last night. Just the worst stomach bug I've had in I don't know how long, and was not a pleasant night for me. So it was short-lived, which was great. I mean, it was, I started feeling ill around 9-ish, and then by 1 and 3, I was awake and doing things, and then by this morning, I was feeling a little bit better, and now I'm much better. So
what if you ate something that just did not agree?
I don't know. It was the weirdest. It felt like I had like a tennis ball or a softball like right under my ribs, and it was just stuck, and it sat there for a while. So yeah. So but it was not a pleasant evening.
We're glad
for me,
we weren't down 2 hosts today.
Yeah, I was gonna say y'all would have been fending for yourselves on tonight's show, but no, I'm actually no adult beverages for Justin on this show, but I do have my been there Hoth mug from Starbucks and a little bit of coffee because this is the first coffee I've had all day. So hopefully everybody else is enjoying a fun, pleasant Friday night, and you're enjoying an adult beverage that keeps you warm because it's cold here in the Midwest. I don't know about where everybody else is, but it is cold. Memorial Day weekend, it's supposed to be hot, sunny, and you're supposed to be out grilling and barbecuing, and we get cold weather. Yucky. It's not fun. Do you guys have any? Go ahead, Josh.
When you were talking about a stomach bug, I very quickly thought, it'd be really funny to post a picture of the chest buster scene from Alien, and then I looked at the photos and I was like, no, these are all too gross to just surprise someone with. Like if you knew it was coming, fine, but no, can't do it.
Yeah,
but I just wanted you guys to know where my head was.
Yeah, no, that's
exactly what I was thinking too.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like, and if that's what happened, it would not have been a pleasant night for me. But yeah, it was not pleasant. Feeling much better now though, so that's good. What about you guys? What do you guys have planned for the long weekend, the long holiday weekend? You guys got anything going on?
I'm watching a wrestling pay-per-view outside with some friends on Sunday.
Nice.
So that's cool. That's about it though. Not much else other than that.
Nice. That's not bad.
This is probably the coolest thing I'm doing all weekend.
Yeah.
As it is every weekend. Pandemic or not.
Yeah. Maggie, what about you? Are you doing anything or?
Maggie doesn't believe that. Maggie's like, you don't know. Or did she freeze?
I think Maggie's frozen.
Oh no!
We are down to 2, Josh.
In carbonite.
All right, you've tuned into the J&J hour.
She's really no selling this joke I'm making right now.
See, all right, Kamoze. I went home from work early yesterday because I threw up 4 times. Yes, that was literally me at 1:30 this morning. Went back to bed. 3:30. I was doing it again. I have no idea. My wife had it on Wednesday. I'm pretty sure my daughter had it on Sunday, and it's just it went through the house pretty quick in about a week. So hopefully you guys don't get it. It was not pleasant, but Yeah. Oh, she's back. There we
I'm
go.
back. My
All right, there we
internet
go.
is it's storming here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's only supposed to be like 60 something, I think, on Sunday. 66 on Sunday, at least here in
That's
Columbus.
nice.
Yeah. Temperature execute
good.
temperature 66.
Dave Grohl is 52.
Wow.
Oh wow.
I mean, he looks good.
Yeah, he does look good for
And
52.
I'm not saying that Dave. I took umbrage with an older Dave Grohl because I was like, I'm sure Filoni's younger than Dave Grohl, but maybe not.
He may not be. He may be about the same age. But either way, I mean,
he
Michael
is.
McDonald,
He's 46.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of years left for him to make awesome Star Wars content. Let's go.
Yes.
Exactly.
Good. That's crazy. I didn't realize he was that young. He's not much older than me.
You mean not much younger than you?
Younger. But yeah, it's so Maggie, what do you got? Do you have any big plans this weekend? What are you doing this weekend?
No. I will be working, I'm sure. This one's Labor Day, right?
Memorial Day.
See, I don't even know which holiday it is because like I work them, so
yeah, no, it's all right. We just normally get together on Monday with family and grill out and hang out and just
see,
spend
my
time
family
with family
is in like Pennsylvania and Maryland and Ohio, so
all over.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was
Kyle's with his family right now.
There he is.
I love that he signs it First Mace underneath.
Yeah.
Isn't that his website too?
It is.
Did you now? Okay. So, all right. So Josh bought this picture, this signed picture, and sent it to Kyle, kind of as a joke because Kyle, of course, did not enjoy.
It?
Kyle has some feelings.
Kyle did not enjoy the Caravan of Courage, and so Josh was kind enough to buy him this amazing present.
Straight from him.
Right
Eric,
from the site.
Walker, yeah. Nice. No, I just mailed it right to him. That's why I was like confirming his address.
It took a while to get there though.
It
was not quick. I was kind of surprised by that. So
funniest $30 I've ever spent.
It took about a month to get there.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes a good joke is well worth the price and the wait. So it's okay. It's all right. Now he's got that treasured item that he will, keep forever.
Oh yeah.
Or you'll see it up on eBay tomorrow. One of the two. But yeah, it was that was hilarious. He sent this picture and just to the group and it was really funny. So
poor Kyle.
Oh man. What would you guys do if you were in the woods and you're just walking along and all of a sudden like two little Ewoks come around the corner?
I'd be like,
would you
Leia, Han?
Right. Would you be a little concerned or like would you be like, oh hey, what's going on?
Oh,
and like
so excited.
I mean, if it's like Wicket in Return of the Jedi where he's coming out with the spear and he really doesn't, take too kindly to strangers, then I may be a little apprehensive to walk up to him.
I feel like I would get along with Wicket. I feel like we have the same kind of like don't touch me energy.
Mm-hmm. No, that could be.
He comes out with the spear.
Stick. Yeah.
And Meg's like, same, dude. Same.
You stay 6 feet away. I'll stay 6 feet away. It'll be cool.
She's got her walking stick. He's got his spear. They're like, all right, is this good? Is this good? All right, we're good. So yeah, and I mean, Rebel Art's got it. Like you hug them, but again, which one is it? Is it the Caravan of Courage Ewoks that are used to people, or is it the Return of the Jedi Ewoks that are trying to eat you? I don't know.
Just you need to know that if you're going to be somewhere where there are Ewoks, you need to have some sort of C-3PO merchandise with you to say, "Oh, I know you're God. It's fine."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'd say get one of the little 3PO dolls from. There's my Thrawn. I don't even know what he's doing. He's doing something kind of weird.
Little 3PO idol.
Yeah, a little 3PO idol, and bring it with you on your camping trip. So, yeah. But yeah, he's enjoying some camping this weekend. And then when he gets back, we're going to dive into a deep dive of our Bad Batch coverage. But let me ask you guys a question about Bad Batch, because I know I'd seen a little bit on the Twitters and out on the webs about the slower kind of development of Bad Batch, and now we're 5 episodes in. What do you guys think so far of Bad Batch and tempo and how the show has kind of progressed from the first one now to the 5th one?
I think people are forgetting how these shows go. They're used to shows with shorter episode counts where they need to really hammer into it right away. I don't feel like it's any slower than an older season of Clone Wars. I think they hit the gas a little bit on that final season because it was shorter, but I don't think this is any different than a Clone Wars season.
Yeah. Maggie, what about you?
Personally, at least.
I have a lot of feelings about the Bad Batch. I like it. And that's the thing. Like, I feel like Star Wars is so bad about having discourse. Like, I like the Bad Batch, but there's things that I think it could do better. I think that the fact that the episodes are gradually getting shorter and shorter, I'm hoping they start getting bigger. This was 30 seconds less than last week's episode, which is obviously not a lot, but every little second counts when you're trying to develop these characters that we still aren't 100% like familiar with. And I think there's been a few threads that they could have picked up on that would have been really neat. I mean, we've had 2 episodes now back to back where Hunter sells Echo, and then now we have slavery, and like we know that there's a huge part of Echo's backstory about personhood, and he was the one that was explaining slavery to Omega, but like the threads were never connected. And I think there's like an element to the Bad Batch where it seems like they're playing this one a lot more towards children, whereas Clone Wars was kind of a happy medium. And so I feel like this feels a lot more kidified. There's a lot more like hand-holding and explaining things, especially with Omega, that I feel like Clone Wars didn't have. And I think that's why there's been a bit of this like culture shock for those of us who were expecting like a continuation of Clone Wars, that same sort of, this is really heavy stuff. We're not going to really gloss over it. We're just going to keep kind of plowing forward. And we're not getting quite what we were getting with Clone Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. Robert's got it right there. He says he agrees with Josh. It feels like the pacing of Clone Wars season 3.
Yep.
Yeah, which is a long development of a season. And we're really building, like you said, Maggie, the backstory of all these characters and trying to flush out more personalities. But I think it's hard because it's fresh in people's mind. Season 2 of The Mandalorian. And season 2 of The Mandalorian was, boom, we're going to hit you with this. And then next week, oh, here's Boba Fett. And then the following week, oh, here's Luke Skywalker. Oh, here's
Frog Lady.
Dark Troopers. Oh, here comes Baby Yoda eating eggs.
Here's Boba Fett.
Here's the giant spiders,
Lady.
like Frog Lady. They hit you like episode after episode that you were just like, how are they going to top this next week? And they did. They kept doing it. And I think I think
also didn't say Ahsoka. It's kind of rude.
Oh, and Ahsoka, sorry. When we got more Darksaber, we had Bo-Katan, you had all these characters introduced. And I think when people try to compare season 1 of Bad Batch to what you just watched in season 2 of The Mandalorian, it's not a fair comparison. So yes, Fast Bobby's got it right. You got to go back and look at Clone Wars season 3 and look at how many episodes were in those seasons, the character development over the course of a regular season like that, to really kind of understand it. But we did have rules this time for
finally. I was so excited about that.
I was like, oh, now you tell her this after she almost gets kidnapped by a bounty hunter. So
and only trust the people from your squad.
Yes. It's a good life lesson.
And she listened, kind of.
Yeah. I mean, she really kind of had a solo arc here. Like she was like, oh, they got captured. They were all down and out. She snuck out, put the backpack on, and headed out. And she was very, very knowledgeable. She
did what she had to do.
Yeah. I mean, I thought this episode next to the first one was probably the best one so far, I think, in my opinion. It was fun to watch. We finally, Maggie, I know you appreciate. We finally had Wrecker doing Wrecker things.
Yes. not getting his butt completely handed to him.
Yes, we had a sizable matchup for Wrecker, which was brute strength on brute strength. And it was just so funny because it was, to me, it put itself up there with the greatest bouts of all time. You know, Creed and Stallone, Creed and Rocky, and then you had Drago and Rocky, like just some of the greatest bouts up there. Just swinging until the end, and then both just kind of collapse because they're exhausted.
Yes.
But yeah, it was nice seeing Wrecker doing Wrecker things. We had a revisit to Ord Mandel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. I didn't think a baby Rancor would be that cute. Did you?
It's so cute.
Moochie. Moochie. Oh, look at him. Poor little guy. He was just angry. He's like, why am I in a cage with this chain on?
Moochie's a lady.
Moochie.
Yes.
Aw. That's a cutie, though. Look at that. 4 teeth.
He's so cute.
4 teeth. That's so
I have
cute.
another one.
Look at her. Look at her.
So it is worth noting that this is not the Rancor that we meet in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That Rancor was a male named something with a P, and I can't remember.
Patissa is not a name. It means friend in Huttese. So that isn't actually that Rancor's name. That is just like, hey, friend, like you would say to a creature.
Yeah. Yeah, this
Thank you. I do speak Huttese.
Did you understand Bib when he popped on there?
I wish. I need to find where my Galaxy handbook is, because I have the language of the Galaxy handbook.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna go back through it, but I was busy today.
I see we got most emotional episode for me. What was that? Because of is that because of the slavers, or is that because of the Omega stuff, or was it just the attachment to Moochie? Or I'm interested in knowing what that was, why it was so emotional. I mean, or the return of Bib Fortuna, maybe that was it.
I enjoyed
big
seeing.
Bib fans. Did you know it was Bib? Right when you heard that voice, you knew instantly. Oh,
I was
that's
is
Bib
that
Fortuna. Yeah. Yeah.
I was so giddy. And I love that because it's connecting so many things, and the fact that they're looking for Fennec Shand, and of course Fennec and Boba end up taking over Jabba's palace in the future. I liked having that kind of unintentional tie-in to hey, remember that stuff that you just saw at the end of The Mandalorian?
Yeah. It was it was so cool to because you knew that voice right away. The only thing I missed was Duwanawanga being in there somewhere. I didn't get that, but
he said some stuff that was similarly funny though, phonetically.
Yeah. So. Yeah. But it was great. It's Matt Wood, right? It's Matt Wood that plays Bib. It was great having him back. I would say this. I heard, is it Sid? Is that her name? Was it Sid?
Yes.
Sid.
I heard the voice and I was like, that voice sounds really familiar. And at first I couldn't place it. And I'm like, I don't know why that voice sounds so familiar. And then I get to the end credits and I always pause on that last screen to see who plays what. And it's the incomparable Rhea Perlman. I was like, are you serious right now? Here's another comedian doing the Star Wars stuff. Dave's just pulling him in left and right. But I was like, I can't tell you the last time I've seen her in something.
Right?
I don't even know what the last thing was that she did. And I mean, most of us old people know her from Cheers growing up, or was it Taxi? Was that the other show I think that she was in? I
feel like she was in it.
Yeah.
I remember being shocked to learn that she's not actually related to Ron Perlman at all. Even though their Perlman is spelled the exact same way.
Yeah. It was just so cool to see that. And I was like, this voice it's a little aged, but it sounded familiar and I couldn't place it. And then I got to the end credits and I'm like, oh my God, I was like, get out of here. Loved the character though. Loved that character because it did you see the There was like the clone helmet up on the wall. She had like a bowcaster kind of thing sitting there that Omega was about to touch, and was it Echo was like, nope. He like grabs her hand so she doesn't touch it. But she was, it was almost like a Doc Ondar's type office where she has little bits of antiquities in her office or things that she has collected over time.
Well, somebody said there's a Mando helmet too.
In the, like on the wall or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then she had that huge, Josh, where'd that desk picture go? Was that like a tooth?
Yeah, it's got to be.
I mean, and she's got a bottle of bourbon sitting right there. I feel like I could hang out with Sid and be perfectly fine. Like big bottle of bourbon, big tall glass, cool office. Give me a cigar and I'm good to go. It'll be a fun evening.
Speaking of Sid, Maggie, do you think that are these guys like a group of himbos? Like, are they the Bad Batch? Like they're so not smart.
None of them are smart. I think the only one who is legitimately smart is Echo, but in like a quiet kind of way where he's just gonna like sit back and let them figure it out on their own because he's a reg, you know? They're not gonna listen to him anyways.
Yeah, this episode really, like, they've been highlighting little things here and there, but this episode it was like, oh, they don't know that she's lying to them, even though Omega knew it right away. And then, like, how do you not see that dragon? Like, they bum rush into a mission and get captured like right away. Like, what is happening?
They did no recon, like very minimal recon.
Yeah, it made me feel like, is this just a showcase for how bad the droids were? Like, the droids were so bad that these guys looked like superstars, but in reality, they're not actually that great of soldiers.
I feel like that could be pretty accurate, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I know, was it Echo or Tech at one point says, well, this isn't a normal military mission. They didn't have any intel. They don't have any idea where they're going. It's just, there's no layout of the city. There's no, which I would assume on a proper, if you're getting ready to do a proper military mission, you're going to get all that info before you actually arrive. Right here, they literally just hop in the ship, fly it to the other side of the planet, and then kind of went bum rushed into it, which was, again, minimal recon. Like, hey, don't just look through the binoculars, like at the area you're trying to go and not like survey the rest of the area.
Look at them.
She's so cute being like a little, like mimicking all the stuff that they do. And that the whole bit with her comm at the beginning where she was like using it in the same room as them and stuff was so funny. And then for them to do, like, after she talked to Sid, I found Sid, like, that's so funny.
Yeah. But it was funny because they kept their conversation going, like, oh, well, what do we do next? Well, I only knew Sid from the Jedi. I don't have another contact to go to. All right, what do we do next? And like, they're already like trying to think of the next step. And she's like, y'all are dumb. Like, Sid's right here.
She's like, let a girl handle this.
Yeah. And that bar was just empty. There was like two dudes fighting in Sid. And that was an Ithorian, and I didn't see what the other one was. It was an Ithorian, and I didn't know who he was fighting against, but like, they're just arguing in the bar, and Sid's over there like, I don't even know what she was doing at the bottom of a slot machine or something like that. Like,
she's just having a good time.
Yeah. But no, I really liked Sid as the character. I could see them going back to her in future episodes.
They're definitely going to go back and work with her.
Yeah. Now that she basically said, look, if you guys are looking for work, I'll pay you.
It felt like in Grand Theft Auto, where you like do a mission for someone, and then after you do that first mission, they become a place where you can go back to get more missions throughout the game. Yep.
I can't even remember the last time I played Grand Theft Auto.
Well, any of those. I mean, I feel like, Red Dead's the same way.
Oh,
I mean,
100%.
Like, once you establish that contact, they're like, oh, hey, thanks for completing the mission. If you need work in the future, come see me. And then like you get new missions to, Yep. yeah, definitely knowledgeable. A knowledgeable character. Her comments about the Jedi were very interesting. She doesn't play sides. She is just in it for herself. I thought that was very interesting. Very cool character. I'm excited to see.
Would you say that she's bad? Evil?
I don't think so,
No.
but I feel like she could betray them in the future given the right amount of money.
Yeah.
I was just trying to figure out if all Trandoshans were bad.
I don't think they are, but I feel like she's definitely one of those, like, I go where the money is. Like, it's not personal.
Yeah. Like if Jabba's going to pay her more money to turn those guys in, right, as part of that bounty, then yes, I could totally see her doing that and flipping on him easily. But yeah, it was I thought artistically, like a lot of the shots in this episode were great. The ship flying, like they seem to have like just extended shots of the ship flying this time. I don't know why that was a big thing, but it looked really, really good. Them flying across the planet to the other side and landing reminded me of Mandalorian when Slave One comes down and it's kind of just flying around Mando and the child when they're on the hill in that episode. So it was just really, really cool shots, beautiful shots. Again, the animation this season is just for the show is incredible.
Kamose has a good point here.
Keep upping it. Skier and Fed aren't evil.
Trandoshans, you see, all Trandoshans are not evil.
True.
That wasn't my opinion. I was just doing some research.
Well, Skier? Let's talk about Skier for a minute because I haven't caught up on High Republic comics.
Oh my gosh, catch up!
But he was having some anger management issues in those first couple episodes. Even though he's a Jedi, he's
not anger.
Is he turning dark side?
No.
No.
How have you not seen me talking about it? Oh my gosh!
I have to catch up, Maggie. I got to catch up.
All I can say is the Drengir are a very terrifying creature.
Oh yeah. Which we have a bunch of. If you caught last at the podcast, Maggie dropped a little bit on new High Republic stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we got a lot of
the
new
embargo lifted on Wednesday.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, that's can't wait. New High Republic stuff finally. We are just slammed with Star Wars content right now. There's so much going on. I'm trying to balance both of the Thrawn books at the same time, and that is hard. Very hard to do, but it's a lot of names and a lot of places going very, very quickly. So what did you guys, when you watch this episode and you look at
the Drengir,
Seymour, feed me. Little Rick Moranis in there. Love it. When you guys watch this episode, right, and you go back and you kind of, obvious. So it's knowing. All right. So Moochie, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase the question. So Moochie is clearly captured by the slavers, right, in a crate. Jabba wants Moochie back, right? And we figure Moochie is only going to end up in another crate or cell, right? Are we at a happy place here for Moochie that like, oh, she found some friends, or are we like, oh, this like Bib was happy to see her, but I mean, she's gonna go in a Rancor pit. Yeah, she's gonna go in a Rancor pit. Like that was the only thing. Like I got done with this episode and I was like, oh yeah, they rescued her. Oh wait, she's going right back into chains. That kind of sucks.
That was part of the thing that like I was like, oh, they were so close to having like a really like self-aware episode, and then like you rescued her from slavery, right back into it.
Right. Like it would have been cool if you saw like maybe like the adult Rancor, like mom and dad over there, and like Moochie runs off into the sunset free on Ord Mantell. Right. Like and say, oh well, we couldn't get your bounty, but you know,
we did our best.
We did our best. We felt the right thing to do is set her free. if you have other work, we'll gladly take it. And then they got Jabba and Bib hunting after him instead because they freed Moochie. But yeah, it was kind of like it was a win, and then all of a sudden that realization hits you like, oh, Moochie's just gonna go in a Rancor pit. Ooh. Yeah. With I can't remember the trainer's name.
Malachi.
Yes, Malachi. I think that's right. Yeah, I think you got it, Josh. You nailed it. But
I saw it when I looked up what Patisa's name is on Wikipedia.
Malakili, I think is it? It's not Malachi. Malakili, I believe. I think that's right. God, I don't know. I keep forgetting. It's hard when you watch a ton of Star Wars and all the stuff that you remember. It's like Homer when he gets like a new fact, it pushes another one out of his brain. And when you memorize so much Star Wars stuff, you forget stuff that you already learned. It's crazy. So, but yeah, solid episode. I love the dragon. The same thing. It was the same thing that was in. We had seen him before. And I can't remember. It wasn't the same one that Obi-Wan was on, right? Was that it? The wings of Kiradek. On the wings of love. I think that we had seen him before, though. So it was nice seeing that again. I forgot about the big thing. Omega. She got her bow.
She did. She got a bowcaster from the trailers.
Yeah, I couldn't find a picture of that.
Forgot about that. Annoyed. Oh, dude, that thing was cool too because it's like on like the outside of her arm, like almost. I thought it was a shield when she picked it up.
I think it's so that they can use it. So like if somebody else is shooting, I think you can use that as a shield. Like you just turn it and deflect.
Yeah, it was cool. I was like,
it was a neat weapon.
She like stopped and I was like, what is she looking at? What is that? And like she picks it up and it like. You hold it here and then like she pops it like this. All of a sudden it sprung open. I was like, yes. I was like, there we go. She has her weapon now. So I think we get a training montage next week's episode. We get a little bit of her learning to use it with Hunter, maybe a little practice shooting.
Tab has a good point.
Be just like a video game, like when you take somebody out, you just go over and you pick up their weapons. Yeah. Oh yeah.
They should have been checking pockets for credits.
That too. Like well, okay, so
looting the bodies, also like in a video game.
Also like in a video game. Can we talk about how like when Moochie first runs away, right, and is just taking out these guards left and right, it goes up over this hill and they go up to the top of the hill and Hunter like kneels down and he like picks up the dust on his fingers or something like that. And he's like, that way. And he like points. There's like a dead body right there. Like, pretty sure Moochie ran that way. Like, what were you looking at in the dirt that you couldn't tell where Moochie went? But yeah, she was the young Rancors way more sprightly than adult Rancors.
Well, it's a lot. Moochie's a lot smaller too.
I didn't realize they were that small when they were babies, but yeah. Malachi is Children of the Corn. Yes, that is exactly right. Creepy movie. If you've never seen it before, the original. Got to go see the original. But yes, Malachi. That was an interesting character. But yeah.
So the flying lizard's called a Brazak, and where we see them, where what you're thinking of is Star Wars, Clone Wars, Slaves of the Republic.
That's it.
I found a picture of Anakin and Padme on the back of one, but I can't get it to save, so I can upload it.
Was that was the arc? Let me see. Was that the arc where Anakin was basically sold? Yes, to her, who was like the queen. Yeah.
Oh, yep. Yeah. I'm sorry. It was really small. It's not obviously not Padme.
Yeah. She was the
Zagarian.
Zagarian. She was the queen, I think, right? And then was it Dooku kills her?
That sounds right. He kills a lot of people.
Right. Yeah, but she was the queen. And it's interesting that the Zygerian, they look kind of like a shambles now. And he basically said, he's like, well, because the Republic's no longer here, we can get back to doing what we were doing before, which was slaving and trying to bring it back. And I'm
so happy about that too.
My God, man, like, let it go.
I have to say, I am glad that in the High Republic we have a good Zygerian, because Frizala is one in the High Republic Adventures. Because I feel like all of the Zygerians we've seen in the cartoons, both in Clone Wars and in Rebels, are like happy-go-lucky slavers, which is just terrifying.
Right. Yeah. Which, I mean, we say that like, I don't think any one species or alien species in Star Wars is inherently evil. I think we've talked about the Trandoshans before, like their backgrounds and how they're raised kind of is very competitive and very strict, I think, but I don't think that means that they're inherently evil.
They have a slaving tradition there too.
Is that where they hunt? That was the one where they were hunting Ahsoka.
The Padawans, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't think there's like one species that's just inherently evil. I mean, even the Hutts, I think, have some form of conscience and
stinky.
Was that Rhoda? Is that Rhoda the Hutt?
I don't know. His name's Stinky.
I think it was just Stinky.
No, you know what? There is a species in Star Wars that's inherently evil. Humans.
True.
Tab loves Stinky.
She does.
True.
Stinky was pretty cute. I don't. Are there any like non-cute Star Wars babies? Have they messed one up yet? Where it was just not a cute baby?
Sindel.
Maybe I'm just hungry.
Oh, come on! She had the cute like little blonde curls up there. She was still kind of cute. I wouldn't say she was.
She was cute. She was just annoying. I will say that Baby Jabba the Hutt was terrifying.
Baby Jabba.
Disagree.
I didn't like that one.
Josh finds baby Jabba cute.
I think the only it's not a Star Wars thing, but the only truly creepy baby creature was baby Mr. Peanut. Which I think is the reason that we had the lockdown last year, because they unveiled baby Peanut and then the world just fell apart.
Yes, I remember that.
You know what? How about those freshly hatched spiders?
Okay. Yeah, okay. That's a good point.
You got it.
Good point.
I win. So I had a stupid joke that I have to get in here. So do you guys know what this episode was called?
Rampage.
Rampage, right. So I pulled this up. Remember this game?
Yes, love that game.
So in my heart and in my mind, we are one step closer to getting Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson in the Star Wars universe, because they also made this movie about that game with The Rock in it.
They did.
He could play. I feel like looks wise, he could play Wrecker, but I feel like he I don't know. He could play like a dumb jock. I feel like
he does that quite well.
Mm-hmm. He could do that.
We didn't even bring up that Wrecker's like head is still bothering him.
Yes, I forgot about it, and that was early too, because they were on the ship. They weren't even doing anything, and he's having problems.
Rude.
I was like,
I don't know if you guys can see that, but Maggie just muted me.
I was like, I don't want to hear it. I pretend
I was so surprised. I was like, what happened?
I pretend I do not see. I do not hear.
Yeah, he's clearly having some trouble with his chip. I would assume at this point it's his chip and not like a really bad
he
migraine.
did hit his head. Fennec smashed him up against the wall like 24 hours ago.
He got his head hit against the side of his seat, and then Fennec put his head into the wall, and then he just got bashed around by a Rancor for a little while. But this was early in the episode. This was not after the Rancor. This was prior to that, right?
Yeah, but it was after Fennec. It was after Fennec. So
I think he's having some problems.
When that happened, and then they were like, "Oh, we need you to go rescue a child," I was like, "That child's gonna be a freaking Jedi, and he's gonna snap." Didn't happen, but that was like where my head initially went.
Yeah. I love when they go down and the other 3 enslaved people, and they were like, "Oh, we're here to rescue you, Moochie." He's like, "This is not Moochie. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
that's Moochie.
That's Moochie." It's like, oh shoot.
Did anyone figure out that it was Moochie before that Moochie was the Rancor before when Tech said it was the adolescent Rancor?
Mm-hmm.
I had a feeling, but I was like, yeah, that would track.
I was like, that seems like the right kind of bait and switch.
Yeah. Yeah. Anders from Workaholics is Baby Peanut. I do like that show. If you've not watched Workaholics, it's pretty entertaining. I think you can get it now on, is it HBO Max? Is that right? HBO Plus?
That sounds something.
I know you can get it. So it's their Netflix. You can watch all the seasons of Workaholics, but yeah, it's a funny show too. So yeah, solid episode though. I loved this episode. This was like next to the first one. This is probably my second favorite episode. It just had everything. I thought it was. You had some touching moments in there. You had Wrecker and the baby and Moochie snuggling up after their heavyweight bout, which was pretty impressive. I love how the rest just stroll up and the two of them are just swinging at each other like this. And he's like, is he still going at it? And he's like, yeah, far longer than he should be. But they were just still kind of trying to establish the dominant role. And they just both collapse like, all right, we're equal. We're good. We're equal. It's cool. It's cool.
I thought it was silly in the right kind of Star Wars way. Well, although I will agree with Maggie that I do not like this trend that the episodes are getting shorter and shorter.
It's concerning me. I'm like, y'all, this is gonna be like 15-minute show because I can't handle it.
Yeah. And we, when we were watching the Bad Batch arc in season 7 of Clone Wars, we had said you probably could have cut a whole episode out of there, right? And only done 3 episodes and it would have been just fine. But yeah, if they're getting shorter and shorter, I think it's a little concerning. I can't imagine that's going to stay that way though, right?
Hope not.
I figure we got to have a big moment coming up here soon.
Also, we really need another Crosshair episode because this has been 2 episodes without Crosshair. Mm-hmm. The first episode that actually mentioned Crosshair, and that was between those 2 episodes. And if they're wanting to pull the sympathy from us, we're going to have to see him again. So we see some more conflicted. Otherwise, I just assume that he's still trying to chase down Saw and murdering some refugees in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I need to see him. I need to know that he feels confliction.
He had to have a little bit more time to train all of the new
grunts.
Recruits. Yeah, the new grunts for his like special Black Ops clone troopers in their lovely all black armor. Because I fully expect to see battalions of them instead of just the 4 that we got earlier on. So, but thanks to you folks I know listen to Podcast Daily. The OG crew from Workaholics host a podcast together called This Is Important, my second favorite podcast. That's awesome.
A great podcast name.
This Is Important. Yeah.
I like that. That's clever.
That's cool. I like it. I'm gonna have to check that out now. That's pretty
Thanks,
funny.
Rebel Art. Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah. Thank you. That's awesome. But I'm gonna I didn't realize they did a podcast. I'm gonna have to listen to that. But yeah, I think you're gonna get more. You're definitely gonna get more Crosshair with his new recruits. Because we have to
need it.
Yeah, we got to reestablish that big bad villain. Does everybody assume Fennec was hired by the cloners?
That's the assumption, but I feel like they're setting us up that maybe it isn't her.
Yeah, I can't imagine it would have been Tarkin or anybody else like that saying, "Hey, Let's go ahead and go.
Plot twist. It's Palpatine.
Not that they haven't gone to bounty hunters before. I just, in the transition from the Republic to the Empire and knowing they've got all these troops and there's all this stuff going on, I can't see them going, hey, let's just get, this one person. Plus, I don't think they know that she's the other enhanced clone, right? They don't know that yet.
Yeah.
The Empire? No, they don't know.
Yeah. So it's at this point, I would assume it's safe to assume it's the cloners, the Kaminoans.
That's who we need an appearance from in this show.
Dexter.
Good old Dex.
Yes, I would love that. Oh yes, young Boba.
Flashback episode.
Please.
Yeah, I would be okay with the Dexter appearance because, again, as a really knowledgeable guy, good source to go to, helps out the good guys. But I don't think Echo would know about Dexter, but I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah, I don't know. Any other thoughts on anything we didn't cover?
I need more Fennec Shand. My favorite part of this episode was her little scan of her.
Like she was like on the one knee, like crouched down in a very
very menacing. Look at her.
Yeah.
Queen.
I definitely want more Sid.
Yeah,
I really
Sid was
like
awesome.
Sid. Oh, okay. So, all right. So in this picture, in the back left, there is a clone pilot helmet sitting there on the shelf. That's a clone pilot helmet. Very much like Hawk. If you guys have seen the 50th anniversary, these guys.
How do you even see that? It's so dark.
If you've seen these guys, there is a clone pilot Hawk, and the helmet that's on Hawk is very similar to what is back there on the shelf. I didn't see that at first, but yeah, it's sitting back there on the shelf. So maybe there is a Mando helmet in there somewhere. I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it and see if I can find it. Call me Eagle Eye, Josh. Eagle Eye.
Apparently.
Maybe old, but the vision is still good.
You're right about one thing.
What?
You're old.
Yes.
I'm just kidding.
With age comes wisdom, Josh. And crow's feet.
Sure. That's true.
And
The first thing.
And crow's
Don't talk to me about that.
You get it like here and wrinkles.
Crows are cool. It's fine.
I'm going to
Those are
call them
very-
Raven's feet because they're a little bit cooler.
That sounds cooler.
Okay.
Eagle claws. Yeah, I get these eagle claws on the corner of my eye. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we could probably wrap it up. You guys about ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Drangir.
Oh,
Ask Bobby's
I'm
got a
sorry.
question for you.
I forgot.
Whoa, what's the question? What?
Just once. I got to do it like every show, right? Just once.
I'm wearing my Mandalorian shirt, so
It kind of matches your phone case.
it does.
That's pretty cool. Like the blue with the
Also, I love this shirt because it can satisfy so many of the things I love. It's Cobb Vanth and Boba Fett's armor with the Mandalorian logo.
It's like the trifecta.
It's like a trifecta. Yeah.
It's a triple threat shirt. And it looks like soft cotton.
It's the soft Target shirt, $8 on sale. Best decision.
Nice. That's awesome. All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap it up. Love the episode. Can't wait to see next week's. It almost seemed like it picked up a little bit this week, so I'm excited to see where we go next week. You can find us on all the social medias, Outer Rim Beacon, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can email us, outerrimbeacon@gmail.com. My name is Justin. You can find me on Twitter at I am the Bendu, because I'm always right in the middle. Where can they find you guys at?
My name is Moochie, and you can find me at Battle of Tanab, Instagram and Twitter.
That should be the name of your first Little Maneuvers song is Moochie.
Yeah.
Mo Moochie.
Momushi.
Moochie, Mo problems.
I like it. I could get behind that.
Oh gosh. And I'm Maggie. You can follow me on Twitter at Maggie of the Town.
Awesome, guys. Well, we're going to end this the way we always do. May the Force be with you. Always.
As always.
Moochie.
Moochie.
Mochi. Love a name.
Unidentified vessel. Please submit your clearance codes.
I can bring you an alarm. Or I can bring you one cold.
This is Justin.
The Force will be with you.
This is Josh.
This is Kyle.
Always, always.
This is Maggie.
And we are the Outer Rim Beacon.